Ukraine and Europe chafe at being excluded from U.S.-Russian peace plan in its diplomacy about the war. Kyiv has striven to maintain an axiom that great powers should not discuss the country's fate over its head. Nothing about Ukraine without Ukraine had been the approach. Now, as the Trump administration has been in talks over a 28-point settlement plan in just this way, with input from Russia, but not from Ukraine or from its allies in Europe. Ukrainian and European officials and commentators are responding with dismay. For any plan to work, it needs Ukrainians and Europeans on board. Kyiv, the European Union's top diplomat, said on Thursday ahead of a meeting of the bloc's Foreign Affairs Council. Some in Ukraine said they believed that the United States was moving to force a settlement after Kyiv's recent setbacks on the battlefield and amid the weakening of the government of President Volodymyr Zelensky in a corruption scandal. But those talks without Ukraine came with questions. It was not clear whether those speaking for Washington and for Moscow had the full authority of their governments. The Trump administration is pursuing multiple streams of diplomacy at once, leaving some in Ukraine to wonder how they fit together. And the Kremlin has deflected questions about the peace plan. Ukrainian officials say they have seen parts of the 28-point proposal, which has been discussed between Steve Witkoff, a Trump administration envoy, and a Kremlin counterpart, Kirill Dmitriev. As a condition for peace, it proposes that Ukraine surrender territory, cap the size of its army, forgo the deployment of a post-war Western peacekeeping force, and relinquish long-range weapons. The plan revives the maximalist. Moscow demands that Kyiv has previously rejected. News of the proposal came on the same day that a Russian missile struck an apartment block in the western Ukrainian city of Ternopil, killing at least 26 and wounding about 90 others, officials said. Rescue operations continue for a second day on Thursday, with 22 people still missing. Mr. Zelensky said, asked about the settlement plan on Thursday, Dmitry S. Peskov, the Kremlin spokesman, said that Moscow had not proposed any new terms for a settlement after